sometimes parents ask, well, how do you motivate kids? Well, the answer to that is very simple. The answer is to do what? You see, kids are always motivated. The question is, motivated to do math problems or motivated to eat ice cream? You see, they might be motivated to lie down and go to sleep. And so I learned some things a few years ago, mostly by making a mistake, I'd like to tell you about because it helped me understand how to motivate kids better. I was teaching a class in which we were studying Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare. And there were a lot of kids that they didn't care about Shakespeare. They wouldn't read Julius Caesar. They wouldn't bring their books to class. How do I motivate them? Well, I couldn't. So I did something that was probably crazy. I gave them extra credit. That is, if you don't do the real work, then maybe you'll do some of these extra things. And one of the extra credits that I gave them was to learn a speech and then stand up and give the speech as though you were one of the characters in the play. Now, why I did that, I don't know. Somehow, if you gave a speech, then you wouldn't have to read the story or come. But I did it, extra credit. Well, when the time came to find out who had done extra credit, one boy volunteered. But he said he couldn't give the speech. But would it be all right if he just came forward and read the speech if he put all that stuff into it? And I said, fine, come on. Well, he had chosen the speech at the end of the play where there are 3 men lying in a foxhole, dead. And Mark Antony, the great orator, comes up and says, "This was the greatest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did what they did in envy of great Caesar." A magnificent speech. Well, this boy comes forward, brings his book, sets it on the rostrum, and tries to read. Now, that was part of the fun of it. He couldn't read very well. "This is the greatest," and he got about that far when a friend of his in the back put his hand up and said, "Is he going to get credit for that?" And I said, "Well, I guess so." He says, "Well, if he gets credit for that, can I have credit for playing the part of Brutus?" Now, Brutus was lying in the foxhole, dead. Well, I didn't know what to do, so I said, "Well, I guess so, come on." And the second boy came forward, lay down on the ground, perfectly flat, and played the part of dead Brutus. You know who learned more about that story and about the ideas than any other person in class? The boy lying on the ground being Brutus. He learned more than any of the kids who read the story. You say, motivated? To do what?